Hola, ¿cómo estás? Hope everybody is doing well. I'm reporting live from the light of day again. Just making it happen, people. I have a phone tech issue, though, that had prevented me from doing my Instagram post today. My camera stopped working, but it only works if I am taking video and the lens is flipped into selfie mode, which works out, so I can still do the videos. But I made it out to the phone store today and I ordered a phone, and it'll be showing up in 2 days. So hopefully no hiccups, and I will be able to resume my written posts, hopefully by beginning of next week. But yeah, so we'll just do the reading here and now. I love it. We have on Wednesdays, so if Sunday is our spiritual weather forecast for the week, and Monday is our anchor message that gives us our spiritual assignments in soul school for the week, then our Wednesday message, we use the Alchemy deck by Kim Kranz to go deeper into the process of how we're working with the lessons, or how the lessons are working on us. What is the result? What's the alchemy that's happening right now? It's very exciting. So we got sublimatio, or sublimation, followed by pneuma, or breath, followed by argentum, or silver. Love, love, love. And let's see, underneath sublimation, we got Page of Swords. Underneath breath, we got the Star. And underneath silver, we got the Sun. So we have the Sun and Moon showing up. It's very interesting. Divine masculine and feminine energies in balance, in conjunction with one another. And I love that this whole pairing, this whole grouping here just really reminds me of a nebula. This creative potential that's happening right now. Things are changing. There's transformation at play. There's alchemy at work. Yesterday in our manifestation oracle message, which you should go back and watch it, we actually drew the alchemy card, and it was talking about how the transformation right now is yielding like gold in our life and really positive results. The thing about silver is that you have to keep it polished. You have to keep working on it. So it's a continued process. But I do believe that our transformation and our embodiment in this up level, and then now that we are walking into our new level and now meeting new challenges and new tests and new, the new level of the gauntlet, essentially, it's like, okay, we're in the process. This is a version of, we're higher than we were, but we're still in creation mode. But there are so many things starting to come into form. The vibration is really lifting. The Judgment card had come up at the beginning of the week talking about a shift in energy and a shift in vibration, bringing in waves of abundance. Then on Tuesday, we literally got waves of abundance coming in, and waves of prosperity. And so the more we lean into that appreciation, the more we let our vibration rise, the more we can relax into that trust in the universe, the more things are going to be happening, which is all about that breath. It's like, breathe, inhale to receive, exhale to let go. And it's just good to, it's the feminine power trick that I learned from Adrienne Everhart, is to take a deep breath. And this is to get into the divine feminine of like receiving. So we're going to take a deep breath. We're going to relax our shoulders. And we're going to open our vaginas. And if you don't have a vagina, maybe you can open yourself deep from within your taint, or within the depths of your balls, or whatever you have going on. But yeah, that core. Open your root. Continuing on. So, sublimation. is a message of like this lightheartedness. It's this elevation of consciousness and this feeling of awakening. So this is really continuing on with that theme of the Judgment card, of the awakening, of having like these revelations and realizations that are creating this rise in your energy, an effervescence, you know. I love the stars that are twinkling. It reminds me of the carbonation that happens in the bubbles of champagne and white wines, sparkling white wines. So yes, renewal, spiritual renewal, a lift in the mood, but all of these shifts, even an improvement of our outlook and the way that we see things. So all of this is contributing to just this lightness of being, and it's adding more ease and flow and like opening that channel, opening our vessel to receive. Divine feminine energy has been a big theme for the week. It's all been about taking it slow and waiting and letting things breathe. You know, any work that you do with metal, any work that you do with essences, and oils and drawing essential oils out of things. All of these things in alchemy take heat, and heat requires fire. And in order to make fire needs air, it needs to breathe, it needs space, but it needs constant rhythm, right? It needs breath, oxygen to make the fire burn, and then it needs to rest for a minute, you know. It doesn't need to be smothered. So that's the whole thing about breathing, is that, you know, when we share with the universe, when we're in a state of the rhythm of giving and receiving, it's that balance of divine feminine and masculine energy there. It's like we give a little and we receive a little. There's balance, there's reciprocity. But that's, you know, the temperance card. Temperance theme has been very prevalent this week, and it's about that balancing and the integrating of the two polarities, bringing them together to make something, to make a third thing, to make a new thing, to make an elevated thing. Yes. So stillness, even like the act of breathing. Because, you know, silver, the moon, it also has to do with meditation. So allowing the self to settle in this week and meditate and breathe and allow like that nebula of activity to start sparking new life and new creation. Silver is actually, like, I was picking up on the connection of the continued theme of the divine feminine, of the receiving, of the stillness, of being able to wait in patience without anxiety. And so, you know, and also listening to that divine intuitive guidance and being able to play with it and be spontaneous and be submissive with the universe. Like when you're led by spirit to do something, it's like that divine feminine energy is playful and it goes along, like it submits, it goes along for the fun and for the ride and to see what happens. The divine feminine energy is what manifests the divine masculine dynamism, the divine masculine vision, that magic substance. It gives it containment, it gives it shape, it gives it form. And we all have these energies going on inside of us, and we have to learn to wield these energies in order to really make things happen for ourselves. But also, this is how we balance the dynamics within our most intimate relationships, but particularly those in our intimate romantic partnerships, regardless of whether it's same sex. It doesn't matter about gender. There's going to be a balance of who is more like healthy. Like we all have a different balance of masculine and feminine energy. And so we're all given like a process in this life to sort of like embrace that, but also integrate the other half of it and bring it into perfect union within ourselves. And it doesn't have to be a perfect balance of one and the other, because each person, it's like unique. It's just that you are you're rebalancing your own level of balance, if that makes sense. And so you will be most successfully partnered up with someone who's also compatible, that mirrors your unique combinations and your unique pairings. So that has to do, it just kind of keeps going over and spilling over in these different expressions and these macrocosms and macrocosms. Okay, so I did actually want to read Silver. I have it ready. Lunar, reflective, chrome. Amidst its upper echelon status, Silver shines eternally in second position. It is the lesser sibling, the one that's not quite there yet. A true alchemist does not resist the truth, but rather studies its subtle implications and its wisdom. Silver requires polishing, or the surface tarnishes over time. Mirrors require cleaning, or the image clouds and distorts. Whereas gold sustains its own malleable radiance, silver asks for our participation. We must work at it. Don't give up now. Silver wants to build relationships. Like the moon, a mirror, or a poem, let it reflect an image back with an open heart and one more moment of willingness. The seemingly cold, stark surface of silver opens into the imaginal realm. What is there? Your own vastness? What is there? Your own vastness? The mysteries that beckon you on a moonlit nights? I'm just going to reread that again because it got weird. Okay. It doesn't, sorry, the punctuation was hidden and I was like, where do these stop and end? Okay. With an open heart and one more moment of willingness, the seemingly cold, stark surface of silver opens into the imaginal realm. What is there? Your own vastness? The mysteries that beckon you on a moonlit night? Through our daily devotion to silver, we find the truest gold. Find a piece of silver and polish it by hand. To ponder, polishing as practice. It's funny, we have to polish silver at work every day. Silver is mirror-like, cold and dense. How do these qualities affect the surrounding cards in the reading? How does the silver reflect onto the others? Silver is known as the metal of the moon, and the brain is known as the silver organ. Therefore, meditation is key to unlocking this metal's secret. So, underneath sublimation, which is that like rise in consciousness, we had Page of Swords. And Page of Swords is gung-ho to get in there and help out. Page of Swords is very detail-oriented and very observant and astute. But like Page of Swords can also be someone who's like watching you. And so it's like almost like a mentor and a mentee, or like two people, or like a person in an audience, or a person within a group setting, or maybe it's like you within your work realm or your family or whatever. But the Page of Swords is like, well, there's an element of something, someone or someone, some people who are observing and being observers, and they're being uplifted by what they're seeing. So maybe you are inspiring someone or others. Maybe you are inspired by others or someone, and maybe it's reciprocated. But either way, there's some sort of something here where there's like something like a good learning experience and a good exchange of consciousness and reciprocity within like being inspired, because the star came out next to the Page of Swords and under breathe. So it's like right now there's so much healing going on, and there's so much inspiration and hope coming to life, but we can't be controlling. We have to let this play out over, its natural course. There's divine timing at play. there's different elements that are still coming into form, but it's not like it's a one and done anything, right? Whatever we're inspiring, we're going into like a direction of healing and hope and like big dreams and wishes fulfilled and granted. The Star card is about like a huge positive change of circumstances, something that is very healing and inspiring and brings hope to the situation. The Star is like the first sign of light after like the major challenges of the major arcana. So the Star card is like a major version of the Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Cups card is like wishes fulfilled. Star card is like dreams coming true, every reason to hope, positive outcomes. And if that wasn't enough, our literal star, the sun, came out after that. And the sun in the major arcana is like joy, awakening, spiritual renewal. It's like the eureka moment of just being reborn, and it's about vitality and joy and happiness, and it's a big resounding yes, and it's the big confirmation card of the tarot. So whatever is happening, it's like joyous and positive outcomes are kind of to be expected. They're in the cards. This is very great energy. So if there is something that feels cold and dense, don't worry. Just sit within a state of divine feminine and breathe and meditate and relax and trust and allow space, and then like there's rhythm, right? So it's like, for instance, the Pomodoro timing method for productivity. It's like you are supposed to set a timer for 25 minutes, and then after 25 minutes, you take a 5-minute break, and you go get a cup of tea, you walk outside, whatever you need to do, but you set your timer for 5 minutes and 5 minutes only, and then you go right back, 25 minutes of productivity, and then you take 5-minute break, and then you go back in, and you're focused for 25 minutes, and then you take a 5-minute break. Shabbat every week, Friday night to Saturday evening. It's like that's the time of rest. That's the time of reflection. It's like we need this rhythm. And it's, we need sleep, we need nighttime, we need rest, we need vitality of the sun, the daytime, the action. So whatever you're doing, whatever project, whatever relationship, whatever effort you're putting in to anything, you can't be too fanatical and too on all the time, because then it becomes too much or controlling and there's not enough contrast. So I feel like this week it's super encouraging that there are really beautiful things popping off, but you just can't rush a carbonation process. You can't rush champagnes. The champagne has to sit and mature. So I think that's what's happening this week. It's just there are rhythmic energies happening. I think we're really definitely lightening up from the severity of Saturn's influence, and we're moving toward the Cancer new moon, which is, I believe, happening. It's on the 17th, and I think that's Monday. So that is going to be very nurturing. It's that divine feminine quality that balances out that harsh and like strict and like kind of cold and standoffish Saturn. So I think things are warming up. I think that things are lightening up. I think that there are waves of prosperity and ease and abundance and harmony coming. I just think that we have to keep ourselves in that mindset and continue on in a positive direction. I just realized I have an extra book in my stack. I was like, why do I feel like I have so much like less of me in my frame today? Feels weird. But yeah, I think that good things are happening. So just keep that positive state of expectation. Be relaxed. And like we mentioned the other day in the Course of Miracles, there's that lesson that says those who are certain of the outcome can afford to wait and wait patiently without suffering, or something along those lines. And certain in the outcome doesn't really mean that you know exactly what's going to happen. It just means that you know that no matter what happens, you will be taken care of and you will be guided, and the highest good is going to play out because your path is divinely ordered, and what is meant for you will be for you and will not pass you by, and what is not meant for you will never be right, and it'll never be easy, and it'll always be uncomfortable, and it'll always feel like you have to force it. So just trust the current of the universe, and trust that divine guidance from within. You have to pay attention to it, though. You have to cultivate that. But we are Page of Swords. We're paying attention and we're taking action, right? And this is a good like taking action card, right? It's like, but the downside, the shadow side of the Page of Swords is that they might go to any means necessary, and that can get shady. And so be careful to stay on the up and ups and keep your integrity. And it's not like, don't be so ambitious that you'll step on anyone it takes to get there kind of thing. But like, just be a dedicated student. Be willing to get your hands dirty. Be like astute about detail and be thorough and follow through. And be devoted and consistent and showing up. Slow and steady wins the race. Let's see, there was a downside, the shadow side of sublimation, which was connected to this, was that you don't want to get in a state that where you feel so awakened and such a difference from others that you start feeling superior to others. We want to stay in a state of humility because we all have potential within us. It's just that we're on different levels and it's dormant in others, and it hasn't been awakened yet. And people have their own journeys and their own experiences, and you know, people choose differently, and so yeah, so there's no benefit, and there's no happy ending in getting the idea that you're above other people, or that you are somehow have arrived and gotten to a finish line and they haven't, because that's the first thing that'll throw you off that high horse. The universe will definitely send you something to keep you humble. So yeah, just remember that we're all in this together. You know, healthy boundaries. That's not to say everything is fine and no matter what, it's okay. It's just to say, keep things in perspective and context, and don't take things personally, and relax and breathe. And yeah, there's silver and gold here in this reading, and the sun and the stars and the moon, the sun and the stars. So great things are at hand. I really believe it. But it does take work, and it takes effort, and it's a process. And so we just have to embrace that process and that work, because, you know, every day maintaining our consciousness and our perspective is also work. So it's not just how we show up in the world, it's how we are showing up internally, mind, heart, soul, body, and spirit. All right, y'all. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I will see y'all tomorrow for our Thirsty Thursday weekly romance oracle reading. And in the meantime, I will miss our Instagram posts for a couple of days, but you can still go there and follow me at Liz_Taylor_Magick. To Be Magnetic is the work that I do on myself in conjunction with Kabbalah classes through the Kabbalah Center. But To Be Magnetic right now, they have a magnetism challenge going on for the summer. So if you were thinking about joining To Be Magnetic, that is happening right now, which I have just started. And I feel like I just kind of like started into the introductory video, and I've already had like 2 nights in a row at work where I've made like so much more money than expected. So it's definitely the kind of work where you get in there and you journal and you workshop and you get in touch with what is driving you on a subconscious level, so that you can like identify your patterns and do that work that you would be doing with a therapist, except you're really like going in and doing it with yourself and at your own pace. But like, I think you can almost go deeper, and you don't have anyone coddling you. It's like as real as you can be with yourself. That's the quality of the work that the results you're gonna get. But so then also part of what they do is they have these deep imaginings, which are these deep guided meditations that put you in this state where you can like get into your subconscious and reprogram it through a state of self-hypnotism, which is they're like, I can't tell you how powerfully effective they are. And then, yeah, there's amazing like video content. There's like monthly, like, live calls, that they, you know, they answer questions or whatever. They do a podcast. Like there's so much in the work, like the website, that I can't even keep up with it. There's a million workshops for every category of everything that you want to unblock in your life, including how to manifest, unblock shadow, unblock inner child, unblock love, unblock money, unblock up level, unblock rock bottom, unblock rut. There's every variety of things that you can do to unblock these different areas in your life. But I actually manifested, and it's all about too, the bonus is that you're very magnetic and you can manifest things very easily. Or, you know, as you go through these tests and challenges, as you pass them, as you do the transformational work. So anyway, if you want to join, it's like $30 a month, or you can pay like one bulk fee or whatever. But you can sign up in my description box below. I actually manifested an affiliation program. I kept saying, like, I'm always talking about them. I'm always talking them up. I'm always trying to get people to at least listen to their podcast, which is Expanded. It's by To Be Magnetic, but the podcast is called Expanded. But anyway, eventually they did start an affiliate program. That's my timer, so I've got to get ready to go to work. But yeah, you can sign up through my affiliate link below if you so choose. That would be super sweet. And if not, no big deal, but I'm just throwing it out there because it's been really helpful for me. All right, y'all, subscribe to my channel if you would, like this video, comment, let me know how everything's going for you and what you're resonating with. I'm going to get back in there and answer some more comments. I've just had my hands full the last few days. But yeah, it feels good to be filming during the day. I think I really, really like it a lot. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. All right, ciao.